She might be pissed. Hmm? I'm getting the look. Why do you think I'm getting the look? Mm-hmm. Yep. I did it again. I did it again. I bought another boat. Like I need another boat. So this is boat number 3 in the fleet currently. I buy a boat, fix a boat, sell a boat. Buy a boat, fix a boat, keep a boat. Check it. 16 Avenger Sport Fisher. Cool, huh? So this boat is in need of some help. The carpet's trashed. It's been sitting outside. The plywood's pretty rough. The passenger windshield here is pretty gross. Trailer's in good shape. Needs a paint job. It's got a big old crack back there, but yeah. Kind of rough. The door for right there is right here. Mercury 2-stroke 50. And I'm pretty confident everything works. We're gonna put a battery in it and find out, but first thing, I gotta get rid of this moss and all the crap growing on it. Lil green. That's wicked cool. And I guess it's got the top with the sides and the back and everything. So, and I've been cleaning out all the stuff that's in it. Like over here we got a pile. 100 life jackets, most of them for kids. Buoys, fenders, a 20-pound little mini anchor, and tons of rope. Tons of stuff. Got a nice little cheapo anchor roller on here. Winch deal is kind of cool. So, backstory on this boat is it belongs to me now, but I bought it from the neighbor. The neighbor bought this boat a few years back, and they used it a few times, and then their trailer broke in half on the way home from Newport, which is like 50 miles from here. And oh, by the way, in case you didn't notice, which you probably didn't, it is 100 freaking degrees right now, and I'm out here working on a boat in the sun. Smart, huh? So their trailer broke in half, like straight up, one of the main frame rails like snapped. And they found this trailer on Craigslist or whatever, and used. And I swapped the boats onto the trailers, and then I changed out all the rollers. I put bunks on it. Kept the center rollers because it's V-bottom, and then put bunks at the back. And then I welded up some side rails, some bumpers, and now it fits on here great. And I took their original winch setup off their other trailer. I had to weld on a little extension here, which is just some rectangular tubing, and I ended up having to cut this and flip it around. That's why it kind of looks weird. And but now it works great, I think. I don't think they've even taken it off of this trailer and back on yet, but I'm pretty confident that it works pretty good. But we'll find all that out when we go to take her on her maiden voyage. But first things first, we got to clean it up, make it look nice, and at some point, probably not today, but I think I'm going to order a bunch of sea deck, that foam stuff, and replace all this carpet with that. And I think that should be a pretty reasonable idea. So yeah, that's the new boat, and it's kind of like I want to say it's like a bass fishing boat, because it's got this big deck in the front and not a lot of seating, but yeah, wicked cool. I found the ocean. It was under that seat pedestal. So the carpet on this thing is El Trasharoony. So trying to figure out how this thing comes apart. It's apparent that all of the carpet is wrapped around the plywood, and then all the carpet is wrapped around the lids, and the lids are mounted, and then the plywood's mounted, I think. And I've got one out of 100,000 screws somewhat loose at this point, or removed. So pulling it apart, and then we're gonna do something different. Well, I got it off. That was a bastard. That thing barely fits. So one side had to go clear up under here, and then the other side would come out. Yep, got it though. And yeah, so this is what the structure looks like underneath. It's really dirty. This is all thin-walled aluminum square tubing. Yep, pretty stout though. Pretty stout. That's the live well. I want to say it's probably 12 gallon, something like that. Overflow hose for the live well, overflow hose. These bags here are flotation foam. I'm willing to bet they're about the size of a basketball. Just 2 of them. I'm willing to bet that is probably not enough flotation if this boat goes down to do anything. Kind of a joke. Another thing I discovered, so there's these 2 battery wires, these 2 battery wires, and they run up to that electrical plug. So this has these heavy gauge wires on it for, I would go ahead and assume, considering that where it's at, that this is a 24 volt trolling motor plug, one of the electric bow mount trolling motors, which I'm going to go ahead and say that it's never had, because I don't see any mounts or holes or anything where it would have been. Another interesting thing, this plug here, it's a similar plug to this, is one of the wires came off. For your bow light, you just shove a bow light in it, but I don't have that bow light. And there's another set of wires here that are really gross. So yeah, don't know why there was another set of wires here, and that little set runs this way, clear up under there, and the bigger set runs that way, probably to the fuse box or a light switch. So probably going to do away with that plug, and I'm going to grab these wires and actually install bow lights in the front of the boat, I think, while this is all apart. Another thing I'm going to do while this is all apart is I'm going to unplug this electrical connector. This looks like it looks kind of like a trailer wiring plug, just interesting. But yeah, unplug this, tuck it away, and or not, or just leave it. Don't matter to me. I don't have a trolling motor, don't plan on getting one. I'm not a bass fisherman, but that might have been what this boat was made for, or outfitted to be, I guess, because it's got a fish finder up front too, that ram mount, old school ram mount. That's kind of cool. The logo on it is super weird. Yeah, it's not like the newer rams. Look, it's even got a ram on it. Like, that's ancient. Like, how old is that? As old as this fish finder. Look at this freaking thing. I'm surprised it doesn't print paper. you ever seen real paper? Yeah. So there's that. Kind of neat. It goes here, but it does work. I turned it on. There's a little bit more modern one here. Still, it's kind of a cheapo, but apparently this person liked Humminbird, which is cool. You know, I like Humminbird. More of a Lowrance guy myself, but yeah. What's the plan from here? So obviously all the hatches are wrapped independently, and then the deck is wrapped with carpet, and then the doors are attached to the deck, and then it's attached down, which is probably what I'll do. The question is, this entire boat is beige. It's a light beige on the outside. The carpet's beige, the dash is beige, the floor is this nice vinyl that's light beige, steering wheel's beige, everything, the seats are beige, the motor's black, thank God. But yeah, everything's beige, everything. I mean everything except for one seat. Same brand, maybe captain's chair, who knows, maybe a replacement, I don't know. Everything's beige. I hate beige. You can never, don't paint anything beige. When your wife says, oh, let's paint the living room beige, smack-a-ho. So the beige has got to go. But does it? But do you get rid of the beige? Because look at the amount of work that's involved to make this thing not beige. Yeah. Is this going to be a forever boat? Am I going to keep this forever? Because in order to change this, I mean the dash, I mean, what do? It's kind of got some crackies in it. That would take a lot of work to fix too. You know how to fix that. Yeah. Bondo, I guess. I don't know. But it's probably, realistically, it's probably going to stay beige. I mean, what do you do? So I need to find some carpet that's beige. I've got this gray carpet, and this is great boat floor carpet because it doesn't have a backing. Like, that's the part you see, and this is the part you don't. Versus regular carpet, that's the part you see, and that's the part you don't. It's got a backing on it, which is great. This is much better carpet. I mean, this is much more resilient, but it's also much thicker. And this carpet, much thinner, which means it's easier to fit around corners, around edges, glues down better, and it's cheaper. But I don't have any of this in gray. This is just leftover from some bunks I did. But yeah, I need to find that in beige. I think that's going to be the easiest option, because a lot of the carpet's not that bad. I mean, there's a little owie right there, and on the back deck there's some owies and some really gross spots. This was the main issue with the boat here. This steering cable is destroyed. Look at that. Whoa! I just crashed. I went too far to the back of the boat. That's another issue. There's not enough tongue weight. The motor is not on the ground, thank goodness. But I just tipped the boat. Gentle. Slowly. Slowly. A little bit of weight. A little bit of weight. A little bit of weight. Yeah, not enough tongue weight on this trailer. Gonna have to fix that. So yeah, at this point, I got a steering cable on the way. Got it on Amazon. How you measure your steering cable is the actual black covering on it. That's what you measure. And then you add 30 inches, or Teleflex.com has all the information on how to measure that. They're calling that a 13-foot cable. And yeah, it's right there. So need a 13-foot cable for this 16-foot boat. Got it coming. Got it on Amazon. It was like 140 bucks. And then the boat will be usable. But I got to fix this too. So I'm going to try to get some beige carpet without backing, preferably. A lot easier to work with. And then we'll put this all back together. I'm going to kind of hide this stuff. Oh, I got to show you this. This yellow box. This came with the boat. Isn't that cool? 12 gauge cast iron flare gun. Neat, huh? Didn't come with any flares, but I mean, 4th of July is right around the corner. Just kidding. Don't do anything. Don't do that. That's stupid. Hide it. Hide it from myself. Put this down here. Yeah, this will have to be covered up too. Yeah, that's got to be the little deal for the. Yeah, there's three deals in there. So power for red, power for green, and ground. So yeah, that's definitely bow light. So yeah, all this needs recovered. Yep. So yeah, next step, find carpet. See you in a minute. Oh my God, I bought the right one. Look how lucky I got. Home Depot had this outdoor carpet that is pretty stinking close to the OG. I mean, not bad. Granted, gray would last longer and look better forever, but it's non-backed. Perfect. Huh. $20. Yep. So this is all garbage. But first off, I gotta finish the steering cable situation. Front half's done. Got it all hooked up to the wheel. I left the steering wheel off and loose. That way I can reposition it once I get the motor centered and the cable centered. So I got the cable coming out here and all that's done. So I got to back the cable up, stick it through and make it around this corner. Very nice. Yep, steering cable done. And this is the amount of extra. Just put that in there. Sweet. Okay, not going with the gray. Got that roll of beige. Before I even tackle cleaning this, I'm gonna go grab the wooden bow leaning on the Franken sled there, and I'm gonna prep it for carpet. So, turns out, this is not as easy as it looks. And 3 more to do. So, some spray adhesive. Pro Stick 55. Yeah, that's just some, I don't know, seems to work really good. But, yeah, got that done. That was a pain. Now, got this done too. And then this door is gonna screw on right there. Right there. Yep, lots to do yet. So that was fun. That took a lot more work than I thought it was going to. You know what? I put that lid on backwards. or I mean the handle. So this one is fingers, this one is fingers, this one is fingers, this one is fingers. What the hell, Captain? What the hell? That was dumb. Oh well, not that big a deal. I can drill the rivets out and turn them around or leave it, whatever. Yep, bow's done. I still have a couple more pieces to finish up that go here that need recarpeted. But nice and solid, feels good. There we go. It was an all day kind of thing. That's pretty nice. I need to clean that out. Need to clean that out. That definitely needs cleaned out. That's all right. So there was a door on there, but it wasn't right. I mean, the hinges aren't right. The lock's not stainless. It's not recessed. You see how all these doors are recessed into the plywood? They fit. It's flush. It looks good. That's like something was like tacked on. It just doesn't look right. So I'm gonna leave it open. And open's cool. With me at least. It's got a nice lip right there to keep anything you put in there from sliding out. Probably just gonna throw a little 20-pound anchor in there. Yep, that's yeah, front end's done. Got some cleanup to do yet, but I think this thing might hit the water tomorrow. Hard to say. What is that? Gnarly. So I got back door, front side, back door. So that's all the pieces. And got a bow cover and an aft cover. So these windows are trashed. If you were to take like a Jeep Wrangler with the top up and go soft top and go park it in Phoenix, Arizona for a decade without ever washing it, that's what these would look like. I mean, it is trashed. You cannot see through it. I mean, like, put you right into the sun here. And that's terrible. I'm not sure what to do. I've never owned a Jeep or boat windows. So it will come off, but it doesn't help the haziness. So I'm getting this freaking herpetogonosyphilitis off of here, whatever that is, with this super aggressive brush. It's like stiffer than a broom. And then I'm gonna put the top all together and see what it looks like. I think it's gonna be pretty gross looking. And maybe I'll do some YouTubing, try to figure out. So if you look it up for this product specifically, I mean, you're not gonna find anything. But Jeep windows are the same thing, and I think that's gonna be probably the ticket to figure out how to polish these out. So I'm sure they make some sort of stuff that I can put on there and hit it with a buffer or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out, but it'd be nice to be able to see out the windows. That's what I'm doing. Oh, and I got some bibs too. Cool, huh? Oh, and that's the top. I'm sure that needs a little work too. So, yeah, just cleaning. Wow. This might be the ugliest thing since 2001. Look at that. It is atrocious. It's like a big tumor. I don't even know what to call it. The plastic is super hazy, sun-beaten, oxidized. All the snaps for the sides are broke off. Half the snaps for the windshield are missing. So, considering how big the actual just the top is, I mean, that's not really going to provide a whole lot of shade, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's something, but... So I think what I'm going to do with this top is freaking trash it. No. I'm probably going to put it on, because my boats, they just sit outside. I'll probably put this on for winter storage, because it's ugly and I don't want all the pretty girls on the river to see me putting around with this on there, to be honest. I mean, it's just downright hideous. And even if it was brand new, I think it'd still be hideous. Like, it's just downright ugly. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. There's like one little zipper for the flap so you can come and go to the bow. I haven't put the bow on because I put this ram mount in the wrong spot. So I gotta move that. But yeah, when I was putting that all together, it's really hot in there. I wouldn't exactly call this like sun protection. I think that you'd probably get heat stroke sitting in there. So probably just for the rain. And really, I'm not too keen on using this type of boat in the rain unless I had to. But I've got the sled and it's got a big top with no plastic windows. And I mean, even if you were to put this all together, how are you supposed to fish out of it? I mean, you got no back deck really to fish from, so you'd have to come out the door, put your fishing pole in these weird fishing pole holders, and then what? Sit in there and watch it? And then have to unzip the... I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I'll probably just use this for storage. When winter time comes around, to protect the carpet and the seats and everything, I'll probably just put this on for winter. In the meantime, take it all off. Garbage. Hideous. Ugly. Doesn't fit right. Yeah. So, next trick. Now that you got to see that, take all that off. Move that ram mount. Make sure the bow cover fits, because I want to protect my new carpet for the winter time. And then got this thing. Whoa, get out of here. There's a bee. This is a dinosaur. I don't have any of the wires for it, but kind of neat. It's got the quick release mount, those are cool. Yeah, not very many buttons either, so that's old. But yeah, so take all this apart. That door over there and a door over here need rehinged, and then I think it's done. And then I'll get it out on the water, see how she does. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. This is gonna, I'll have to put something, there's like a thing you can put a stick under that patch to keep the water from pooling. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be great this winter. Okay, I'm in this seat, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 seats in this boat. But look at where my foot's at, my knee. I mean, there's not enough room for 4 people to sit right here. And these extensions are stuck in the bases. I mean, stuck. So you're supposed to push this tab and bump this with your palm, and it'll slide out according to the directions. They're stuck. I got it. Look at this. I got a piece of strap tied around this jack, this hitch, pushing on the release tab with my foot, and I'm freaking spinning this jack, and I got it. Look at that. It's like salt. Disgusting. What a pain in the ass. Let's do it again. Okay. Maiden Voyage. It is bad luck to take a boat on a maiden voyage without a fishing pole and some lures. Can't do it. Like, it's just not a good idea. Look at this mess. Working on everything. Okay. Just grabbing some rubbers and jig heads in this box and my bass rod. We'll probably run up to Lucky Mute area. Another thing to be said when you go on a maiden voyage, for me, I have to do that really, oh, I don't have to, but the river is closest for me. Like, the river is literally like right over there. And when you go in the river, get the boat running before you take it off the trailer. And then once you deploy, go against the current. That way, if you have trouble, you can float home and oar yourself over to the bank. Make sure everything's good. I'm gonna leave this top up and I'm gonna do 60 miles an hour and see what it does. I think it should be fine. We'll see. Don't know. Okay, got hooked up to the Blazer here. I don't see the point in taking the F350 for this. And I didn't have a pin, so I put a bolt in the hitch there. And yeah, let's go see how she does. All right. Here we go. Got her launched. I'll tell you, launching a V-bottom boat is totally different than launching my Franken sled, because it's tippy. So I just kind of roped it off and pulled her over. Got it running. Runs pretty good. Kind of sputtery because there's 3-year-old gas in it. This is not recommended. Don't go on a maiden voyage with 3-year-old gas. So we'll give this a shot, see how she goes. Tons of freeboard. Look at that thing, fully floating basically, except for very front. But there's, what, an inch in the water? It's amazing. Woo! Tons of spray. Not bad. You know, I gotta say, this is probably the best $500 boat I've ever had. I made it up here to Lucky Mute. The motor does run. Definitely needs new fuel and probably some spark plugs, and wouldn't be surprised if it needs some carburetor cleaning. The speedometer, I only got it up to about 25, and it kind of seemed like it was doing about 25. It should be much faster. RPMs was about 5,500. So that was normal. It just didn't run super smooth, and seems to float good. But now I'm going to flip some switches here. There's a live well. I'm gonna see if I can't get a fish in there. I bet he's hiding right over here. Well, that's it, folks. This one's fixed up, ready to fish. I'll probably change fuel out, do some spark plugs, carb clean. Nothing too exciting there. Not like this video's been super exciting, but this boat is done and it's ready to use. Putting it on the trailer was super easy with these side bunks. It's a little off center at the back, but nothing crazy. Yeah, phenomenal. Great boat. And to be honest, it's probably not for me. The only benefit about this boat that I like is it's a V-bottom. I mean, it cuts water. As far as usability, it's a great boat. Yeah, I borrowed some rocks. That's for my wife's fountain. But it's probably a great boat for somebody to use, but for me, it's not exactly fitting. I guess it's just too small. And really, I paid $500 for this boat. There's an opportunity to make several $1,000s in selling this thing. So I might use it a few more times, and then honestly probably off it, and then buy a yacht or something bigger. Looks like carpet came unglued right there a little bit. Gonna have to glue that back down. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And like always, something. I'll probably have some sort of exit quote like everybody else at some point, but I don't. And it's hot. And I hope you watch the next video, because the next one is gonna be even more epic. Later.